Okay. Good evening, good evenings out there, family. Hope everyone is doing really well on this Sunday, early evening, April 7th, 2024. Peace in. Yay. Welcome to another edition of On the Cutting Room Floor. I am the host, Tony Harvey, and this is presented by Publicity Agents. I'm telecasting from the beautiful areas, southwestern Sacramento, Greenhaven pocket area. And y'all know why I'm here. Let's get right down to it. The Kings, they finally got a road win. They beat the Brooklyn Nets 107-77. That's their first road win on this 4-game road trip. So if they can win Tuesday against the Oklahoma City, they can come back to Golden One Center with a 500 record on this road package. So looking forward to that. I am extremely happy that they did get this win, considering, how things are looking in the NBA Western Conference. So they moved back up to 8th. When the game started, they were in 9th. The Lakers have moved a half game ahead of them, but we'll figure that all out later on this evening too, because the Lakers play tonight. The Warriors are playing right now. They're in 10th. And we'll see how all that shakes out. But yes, Kings get a road win, a convincingly road win. They held this team way under 100 points, and they held them to their worst points of the season in a game, and that's the Nets. The Nets won last night. They beat the Detroit Pistons, so they were on a back-to-back. They were missing a few players. I think everyone knows about that. Hey, that's just the way it is. That's how it is. You have to get these games. And they look really well. Kings, that is. And they did have a couple key players who helped maximize everything out. One of them was Colby Jones. Colby Jones, yes, right. Two-way player who been spending a lot of time down with the Stockton Kings. But since Malik Monk is sidelined with that MCL, he's been traveling with the team, and he probably will do that for the rest of the season right now. My understanding is that the Stockton Kings are playing in a semifinal game in the G League Championships. So good luck to them. But Colby Jones, I kind of figured they was going to Coach Mike Brown and his staff was going to get this guy a little bit of burn when Malik Monk was sidelined. And they should. I know at the beginning of the season they was high on him, but and I know, him being a rookie, he's not going to get that much time. There was a lot of people ahead of him. Kevin Huerter, Chris Duarte, Davion Mitchell, and then there's him. Okay, but he's worthy of some time somewhere down there. So right now, like they say, you make the best of your opportunities, and Colby did that. We're going to talk about him a little bit later on, but I do want to talk about this Kings win. So they are 45-33 on the season, okay? 22-18 on the road. They are down to 4 games, folks. 4 games. They are sitting in the 8th spot of the NBA Western Conference standings. If postseason started today and the play-in started today, the Kings will be playing the New Orleans Pelicans, who are in 7th place. And they're kind of like on a free fall right now. They got some injuries going on, so we're going to see what happens with them because they play the Kings later up on the week. So if the whole shebang started today, that's who the Kings will have to play, and they have lost. They're 3-0 this season to New Orleans. Or is it 4-0? One of the two, whatever it is. New Orleans, they got the tiebreaker. Not the tiebreaker. They have won the season series meeting at this point. So I hope the Kings, can get at least one of them out of it. Get them one time just to prove to them, hey, we can't beat you. But we'll see about that in a few days. Once again, the Kings are 45-33 on the season, 22-18 on the road. They play again Tuesday, April 9th in Oklahoma City. And Oklahoma City is looking really good up in the standings, though. So Kings have beat them twice already. Okay, maybe they can tie up the season with this win on the road in Oklahoma City. It's going to be tough, but I know you can do it. You're going to have to do it. Trey Lyles was just, talking to Kyle Draper and Morgan Reagan. Okay, this 5-game stretch, you're going to need every one of them. And I really don't see any reason why not, if you really want it that bad. Because, yes, you control your own destiny, Sacramento Kings. But good win tonight. Now, really why I say it's a good win, because, this team, no disrespect or nothing like that, they're not going anywhere. Okay, they're sitting in the 11th seed in the Eastern Conference. They're not even getting close to, the 10th seed. Their season is pretty much over, and that's pretty much how they're playing. They got some other things they have to work on. They got Kevin Ollie at the interim coach because they let Jacques Vaughn go earlier, I think right after All-Star break. So Jack Vaughn, I think he only been with the team for about a year anyway, maybe a year and a half anyway. And Jacques Vaughn is a really cool dude. From old school, and Jacques Vaughn, he played at Kansas, really intelligent guy. I think he was All-American when he played. I'm sure he's going to get another job. But this thing that's going on with, with the Brooklyn Nets, I don't know if Kevin Ollie going to make it. Kevin Ollie, he's a UConn grad. His team played tomorrow night in the NCAA championship against the Purdue Boilermakers. Go Big Ten. But I don't know if Kevin Ollie is going to be hanging around there too. They just don't have the personnel that they need. Okay, Ben Simmons, he's out. I don't know where his future lies as far as his career. No. Anyway, it's just how it is in the NBA when you play against these teams. And I'm just glad, okay, I appreciate the fact that the Sacramento Kings were able to go ahead and pull this win out. Okay, now you have a chance to make it 2-2 and come back home for G1C. Then you get ready for the Pelicans, and then see, you got the Pelicans. See, got the Pelicans. Then you have the Phoenix Suns, and the Phoenix Suns are sitting in what spot? The Phoenix Suns are sitting in the 6th spot. Okay, and then the last game of the season will be the Portland Trailblazers. So that's how it's going to end in these next 4 games. You can get these last 4. You can get these last 4. Now, where are you going to be in the standing? Because I don't know what these other teams are going to do. Okay, I know right now the Lakers are hot. They are hot. They done won 9 of their last 10 games. So, and they play again tonight. They got a tough uphill battle against the Minnesota Timberwolves. And they could move 1/2 game back up ahead of the Sacramento Kings. So we'll see what's going on with that. So, hey, tonight, Domantas Sabonis, he recorded his 62nd consecutive double of the year. He had 18 points, 20 rebounds, 9 assists, 1 steal, 2 blocks, and he did this in 35 minutes. That 20 rebounds is part of a total package of 54 rebounds, and I'm talking about the Kings pulled down 54 rebounds, and a big chunk of that, as you see, was Domantas Sabonis. So he's keeping that streak alive. I know he's behind a few people, but he's hey, there's nothing else I can say about this young man. He's doing his job. He brings his lunch pail, his hard hat every game. Okay, and it's just the way the game been played. Since after the All-Star break, it's really physical. He loves it that way. He even mentioned it. He even said he likes it that way. So there's no complaints about that. Just as long as if there's going to be any calls, it goes both ways. But he's banging. I mean, you can see that tonight. I mean, he came down 1 possession early in the first quarter, or maybe the second quarter, and he made it clear that he needed some space. He needed some acres. He needed some grounds, and he just put his shoulder down to somebody, and that whoever it was went flying. No call. No call. I like it like that too. No call. And he went ahead and he made the basket. So, De'Aaron Fox, 20 points, 5 rebounds, 3 assists, 1 steal, 33 minutes, 8 for 20 shooting from the field. He made 3 3-pointers in the game. Keegan Murray started off pretty rough, but ended fabulous, if I might say. He had 19.6 rebounds, 4 assists, 4 blocks. 4 blocks is a career high. I think he had tied his mark for blocks this season. I have to go back and check on that from the NBA sources and make sure that included. But the Kings had a total of 10 blocks. Excuse me, a total of 12 blocks in the game today, and 4 of them went to Mr. Keegan Murray, the Iowa Hawkeye. So that was really good. He was 7 for 18 shooting from the field, but his first few shots, I think he was 2 for 10 at one point. He got it together in the second half. And that one thing I like about the Kings, when you have these type of shooters, they don't give up on them. They don't give up on their shooters, okay? Because Domantas kept feeding them, okay? They have that much trust in him. De'Aaron kept feeding him. They have that much trust in him because they know sooner or later his shot is going to fall. And he's going to have to put up these shots anyway with Malik Monk sideline again, MCL. HB didn't have to do much. Played 11 minutes. He had 2 points. He was 1 for 4. Shooting from the field, 0-2. I'm going to give him that because he pretty much got a night off stuff. I know he's up and down. Everybody really critical of his play, especially as of late, because one game he didn't even score a basket and stuff. But as long as he could just, re-engage, or re-energize, refocus, for the next game against Oklahoma City and be productive. That's all we need out you, HB. Trey Lyles came off the bench and did extremely well. 14 points, 10 rebounds, 1 assist, 2 blocks in 29 minutes. He was 6 for 8 shooting from the field. He made 2 3-pointers himself. Davion Mitchell, I don't know what they're going to do with this guy because I know, let's see, he's finishing up his 3rd year, so he'll be going in. They're going to have to be talking about his contract if they want to keep him, but all the work that he's been putting in is paying off now. Now it's paying off. Okay, he knew when he came into this league, he wasn't the best of offensive talent, but now he seemed to be gelling into that. And the way he's working it, I think he can get better than what he is right now. He's been really, really consistent for the Kings. And I tell you right now, in a lot of situations, they would be in a lot of trouble if they didn't have this man. Okay, because the Kings were down 14-10 in the first quarter. Okay, Keon Ellis got in foul trouble. I think he got 2 fouls, and then Mike and his coaching staff, they put in Davion Mitchell, and things got to rolling. Okay, they closed out the first quarter. Let's see, they closed out the first quarter on a 19-4 run. Okay, and partly of that was Davion Mitchell. So they got some big decisions, going forward, but I know there's nothing to worry about right now. We want him to continue playing and playing well. The Kings have clinched a play-in spot, so at least a play-in spot. But what we do know for a fact that they will be playing in the postseason, whether it's the play-in or the playoffs. Howard, whatever the results are, after the Portland Trailblazers game next Sunday. But Davion Mitchell, hey, my brother, off night. You on. You been on. You on. Like Too Short say, it's on. It is on. Okay. And he did all that in 27 minutes. Okay. Colby Jones. As a reporter, at least in my position, I kind of observed things a little bit earlier. Okay. And then, later on, if something comes out, okay, I got a word for it, but I'm not going to be, using foul language on there and stuff like that. But when we come back, it's a crazy question, or something like that. I don't give it. I really don't. Okay? I'm going to ask my question. And if you don't like it, too bad. I don't complain about what you say, that corny stuff that, everybody else be saying. All right? But I respect that. But what I'm saying is, because my question was really about Jalen Slauson. Okay? This was early in the season. And it may have sounded like a crazy question. But I've been watching the way these two-way players, Colby Jones and Jalen Slauson, has progressed, through this G League. Okay, and you have to give credit to Lindsay Harding and her coaching staff with the Stockton King. Okay, these young men are much better than they were when I was looking at them, in the early season practices. Okay, they are at some point going to make a contribution. A big contribution for the Sacramento Kings. Okay? And then, no disrespect to Mike Brown. I'm not talking about him. But Mike was like, early in the season. We're talking about Jalen Slauson. Oh, well, right now he's not about 15th or 16th best player. I understand that. Okay? But what I'm seeing here, among the rawness, this man got talent. He played center for Furman. Now I didn't know what North Carolina, South Carolina. That's where Furman University is. Okay, I'm looking at him. He can play some defense. Okay, he can get to the rim, but he's not a finisher. Okay, all right. Number 3 is he has a nice little outside jumper. It's just not consistent. But lately, okay, Tristy Rodriguez from NBC Sports Bay Area, she posted a video on there. He's shooting, Jalen Slauson shooting free throws. Shooting jumpers. And they was going in. Boom, 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 boom. Bucket, 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 bucket. Maybe a miss here. Bucket. Okay? All right, so I don't care about all that craziness stuff, what's going on with that. All right? Because sooner or later, if I see something and I'm riding with it, maybe y'all don't see it, okay? Maybe I don't see something y'all see, okay? Sooner or later, it seems like it's going to pan out, okay? Colby came in and gave the Kings some good minutes. I wasn't even expecting this, but I was hoping that what happened to Malik, that this young man would get some more time, okay? Because he's a two-way player, okay? Of course, he got some offensive game. Of course, he got some defensive game. He got a nice shot, okay? And he absolutely analyzed the court like nobody else as young as he is. Of course, he done did 3 years for Xavier. That helped him out, and it helped out Jalen Slauson. Okay? These experiences, what's happening right now with these players who come from college who done played a few years, not coming out after their first or second year. This is what's happening. Colby gave them some good minutes in that first half. The man had 7 points. The young man had 7 points, 4 rebounds, 4 assists, 3 steals, and 2 blocks. He just going out there and playing. Now, it was a G League game that I just saw earlier, about a month ago, less than a month ago, at Golden One Center, when the Stockton Kings were playing the Mexico City Capitanes. And matter of fact, Juan Toscano Anderson is on that. He's back with that team right now. Colby Jones had 43 points in that game. And he made it look really, really easy because we're talking about the G League. We're just a totally different level. I understand that, okay? There are people who have scored 40 points in the G League and don't really pan out. I don't think that's the case with this young man. And I don't think that's the case with Jalen Slauson either. Just a little time, just a little experience, and it's going to happen. Because if you point out their weaknesses, these are the type of people who are going to go out there and work on them and get better and get consistent about it too. But yeah, that's what Colby did. He did all that in 23 minutes. Now I know it's against the Nets, but these are the games you want them to get that confidence in. Games like this, because then he'll be setting himself up for the big time. Okay, there were some mistakes. He was 3 for 9 shooting. Okay, I don't even know if he knew he was going to play. I have to ask Mike about that when they get back or something like that. Because we know Mike, he pulls something out of his hat every other game, going with that bench. And these guys are ready. We talk about that all the time. These guys are always ready. And Colby was ready. Okay? He's game ready. And what I mean by game ready, he's been playing in the Stockton League for most of that time. Okay? Jordan Ford down there tearing it up too. Okay? But it's just Kings have so many guards. I don't know where they're going to be able to fit that young man in there. Okay? Because he's a baller too. And he has improved a lot too. He has. Stockton King, G League. Okay? That's where it's supposed to be, down with the little club. You're going to get these type of performances when they get their opportunity. I mean, look at Keon Ellis. I only think Keon Ellis probably went down there to the G League one time. Okay, now later on, after all the trade deadlines, things like that, Monty McNair did the right move. Okay, young man, we got to reward you. You've been doing exactly what we said on the court, on and off the court. Here's a reward, $5.4 million contract for the next 3 years. And thank you for your service. Get better. Get better. I see Colby Jones like that, and I see Jalen Slauson like that. Next, okay? They are next. I would have loved to see Neemias Cater do that, but he was coming along real slowly for the Kings. They needed some help at that center position, and they had to make some contract decisions on him. Boom. They let him go. I hope he does well. Okay, but that's how a game works, Okay, so the Kings were 40 for 94 shooting this evening. They made 40 out of 94 attempts, 42%. They were 15 for 48 shooting, 3-point territory. It's 31%. Oh, excuse me, no, that's not right. That is not right. Or is it? I have to check on that percentage. And I have to check on that shooting, though. So kind of X that one out. I know they were 12 for 16 shooting from the free throw line, 75%. They had 54 rebounds. And they had 12 blocks. 12 blocks. They only had 9 turnovers in the game. Okay. That's how you're supposed to do it. On the other side, in the Barclays Center in Brooklyn, the Brooklyn Nets. Cam Thomas led the Nets with 21 points, 4 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 steal, 36 minutes. Trendon Watford had 16 points, 7 rebounds, 2 assists, 1 block coming off the bench. And Jalen Wilson had 11 points, 6 rebounds, 3 assists. Mikal Bridges, 8 points, 5 rebounds, 2 assists. I don't know because it was a back-to-back. This is a really good quality player. Dorian Finney, he didn't play tonight. Mikal did. That's not really a Mikal Bridges type of game. Maybe he was tired. I don't know. I hope he's not they're not wasting his career down there in the Nets. See what they want to do with him in the future. He can come and be a Sacramento Kings if that need be. Okay, the Kings held these cats to 34% shooting from the field. They were 30 of 86 shooting from the field. They only made 7 3-pointers out of 30 attempts. Free throws, we ain't got to talk about that. The Kings forced 16 Brooklyn Nets turnovers. 16. So that's all I'm really going to go into that. The Kings' biggest lead in this game was at 28. They, let's see. The Kings led 65 to 40 at the half. 65 to 40 at the half. And once they started the third quarter, the Nets went on like a 10-0 run. The Kings missed like their first 10 shots. They didn't make their first shot to like the 6 minutes and 38 second tick in the third quarter when they made Trey Lyles made a basket. That was the first shot. Of course, they wasn't worried about surrendering a big time lead because obviously, they went back and bumped it up. But the thing was, they only made 13 points in that third quarter. They outscored 24-13. Matter of fact, they were 6 for 26 shooting from the floor in the third quarter. Okay. Yes, right. The Nets came out. They went on a 10-0 run. The Kings don't score until the 6:38 tick of the third quarter. That basket was by Trey Lyles. After that, let's see, the Kings missed their first 10 shots. It was. Shoot, what was it? They started the fourth quarter 78-64, the Kings. So I don't really have to give too much of a summary on this because it was a blowout win. But the fact that how they did it, at one point, I would say towards the end of the game, when Mike Brown decided, to pull all his starters and put in, the reserves, they were up. Let's see what they were doing. They were up 96-94. 96-94 when Mike Brown pulled out all of the starters. And that bench unit held the Nets to 3 points the rest of the way. That's how you do it. Okay, considering how, these last couple of losses that the Kings have had, hey, man, I mean, that Boston's, oh, man, I don't know. Every time I have to talk about Boston, Joe Mazzulla come across my mind, and I'm telling you, I'm tired of this team. I'm tired of the Celtics. If the Kings see them again this season, I hope they both get to the finals doing it and stuff. That's the only way I want to see Joe Mazzulla and that crowd again. They just really, really good. Okay, I see why they got the best record in all the NBA. Hey, folks, thanks for stopping in. Only got 4 games left. I think I got one more road game. That will be the Oklahoma City Thunder for Tuesday. I normally don't do these digital commentaries after home games because I am doing so much. I have to share that with you. And I do mean I have to share that with you because I'm doing 3 different things for three different entities. And I may have came from the state capitol, up there messing around with those politicians and lawmakers. And then I have to go up to the Kings game. So basically at the end of the night, I'm kind of like worn out. And I don't go to bed until I finish everything that has something to do with the Kings. Otherwise, I would do a digital commentary after every home game at Go to One Center, G1C. But I do want to thank you for tuning in to these episodes. Getting a little bit more used to the mic. As you can see, I had to upgrade the audio. I had some serious audio problems. I said, hey, this stuff got to stop. Okay. We're working through all of that. Trying to slow down to make the delivery sound more articulate. Let's put it like that. And try to be clear on these game summaries and stuff. It's a lot of work. Especially from a guy that, if you see me working behind the scenes, okay, I'm not talking about the other reporters. Everybody doing what they doing. They got deadlines. Mainly, that's the beat writer, Jason Anderson, and the television people. So they got to get on there. But, I'm really the only one bouncing around from the Kings locker room and press conferences and the opposing team locker room and the opposing coaches press conference. That's how you do it, okay? I like balance. A lot of people can't do that because of their time schedule, their time constraint. That's understandable, okay? If you got the press is running, okay, and then you got a live air shot that you got to do, those things happen. But with me, I want both perspectives. I'm trying to give that to you. Okay. If I want it, I'm trying to share it to you. So please, click that like button, subscribe. I'm here. Whether it's the play-in or the playoffs, I'm riding this right through. Okay, that's my first season, doing this much work because, on the cutting room floor. But I'm loving it. I am loving it, and I'm going to continue it. And I'm going to try to provide, the best that I can for not only, the Sacramento fans, for the NBA spectators out there as well. But I do want to thank you again for tuning in for this segment. We didn't reach the 30-minute mark, and I always try to cut it off around that spot. I will be back Tuesday after the Oklahoma City game, and we'll go from there with another digital commentary. I am Tony Harvey, your host, and this is On the Cutting Room Floor, presented by Publicity H's. I am signing out. Peace, love, and solidarity.